Hey, Real Nerds listeners, there's many ways you can interact with the Real Nerds podcast. You can email us at realnerds@gmail.com. You can hit us on Twitter @RealNerds. You want to check us out on Facebook? You can. Just look for Real Nerds Podcast. You want to leave us a voicemail? Just call 720-6nerds5. You want to listen to our episodes? You can check us out on Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
This is Real Nerds Podcast, and for 10 years, we have been seeing a new movie and podcasting our experience to the world. This week, we saw Wrath of Man. Stay tuned to the end of the episode where we will recommend the film or not. We'll also talk about movies we've seen throughout the week, or TV shows, or whatever we want to talk about throughout the week. Movies that are coming out and movie news. Once again, I am joined on Zoom with Brad.
Hey.
Zach.
Hello.
And Corinne.
Good evening.
One day we'll get back together and it'll be a great day. As everyone here has gotten all their shots, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're good to go.
We've had our shots.
Everybody.
All right, we can't go any further. We're going to get sued.
Yeah. We're a movie podcast. We like movies.
Not music. We hate
No,
music.
I like music too.
Okay.
In fact, I think my next article...
It's not mutually exclusive, you know.
That is true. Music is in movies. Fun fact.
Yeah, they did
Don't
a
worry,
whole thing called Fantasia.
What is that?
Ooh.
Sounds like it's going to lose money.
That's going to cost a lot of money and years to produce. You know what we should do? We should get Salvatore Dali to help us and then see what happens.
You know what you should also do? Get Leopold Stokowski to lead the orchestra.
I have so much money, I can do what I want.
I'm Walt Disney, motherfucker.
My next article will be a ranking of all the Rod Stewart albums because I can do what I want because it's my website. Yeah.
Doesn't Brad technically have the domain name?
He does technically, but I do all the bitch work for it, really.
All the Brad's work. Ow. All the Brad's work. Ow. Yep.
Anywho, that's what we do. There's a lot of energy on the podcast today.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty. Can't you feel it pulsating through the waves of the internet? How's everybody's week? How's everything?
Good. I work all the time.
I can't get a fatality to happen to save my life.
Yeah, what are you trying to do, Brad?
Just kill someone at the end of a Mortal Kombat round. That's not just a punch in the face. I've been brutalitying like left and right, but fatality, can't get it.
Why?
I don't know. I did the training. I hit it every time, but when I'm actually in a real tournament, it's just like back, down, Y. Oh, yep, nothing. Okay, cool, thanks.
Don't want the fatality. Be the fatality.
Yeah. Always make sure that you're the right distance away.
Yeah. Far, mid, close. Yeah.
Who are you?
I mean, it depends. I change it up, but I think the last one was Scorpion. He's a far away, back, down, Y. Yeah.
So that one where that's where he flies across the screen, right?
I think so. I haven't made it happen, so.
Yeah, so that one is he flies across the screen. You literally have to be all the way on the other side.
Yeah, I got all the way to the other side, and I just end up doing flips backwards. I don't know what the hell the game's problem is.
I guess you're not smooth with your input commands.
Or maybe it's Switch, like the Pro Controller just sucks for it, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Do you use the joystick or do you use the directional pad?
I started with the joystick, but I switched to the D-pad just because it's like, that's literally those directions. Like, it can't be the other button, so.
Yeah, so what I do in Mortal Kombat is really the only game I use a directional pad for because Mortal Kombat, you have to have more precise button presses than most other fighting games.
Yeah, and I still can't get it. It's just so frustrating. So I'm just trying to get like a ton of coins and everything so I can like get my ass through the crypt. Yeah.
So, the best way to do that is do the living towers or towers of time. They call them in that.
Yeah. Like I said, brutality over and over again. Like I
That's all
uppercutted
right.
the skull
Brutality you
and
get more coins for, and then have you outfitted your characters where you get like triple the coins and stuff for doing them?
that I don't understand. Like there's so much, so many options. I'm just like, I just want to wear the different outfits. Like, why do I have to customize this?
There is, but that way you'll level up really quick and you'll get coins really fast.
Well, you can come over someday and show me because there's
I
just like so many buttons and
I'll
many.
be more than happy to. And I wish I could give you, because I've basically unlocked everything that I want to. I wish I could give you my like 7 million coins I have that I just keep on racking up because I have nothing to spend them on.
You can't transfer coins to other people in this video game?
No.
Well, that
And I
that
mean-
seems limiting.
I think you can if you have the same system. Like on my Switch, it says like
maybe.
transfer data. So
I mean, maybe if we bet coins in a match or something, I could lose them to you.
yeah,
Figure it out, boys. Touch coins or something.
Well, the crypt is pretty hardcore. I mean, if you don't, it takes a long time.
yeah. I've unlocked most of the gates and everything. It's just like I'm a
Yeah.
completist and I want to open every chest. So
Yeah. I mean, the cool thing about the crypt is it's constantly living, so you can always go back and get more stuff. Like I still go to it every time I play.
yeah, and you can use Chronica to reload all the chests too. But the biggest thing is like because I can't do fatalities, I haven't been racking up hearts. So I passed by like heart chests left and right, and it's just
And so those heart chests and the soul ones, those have all like the cool shit, like the other fatalities, brutalities, and skins.
yeah. See, it's
And the gear, so like to make them even more customizable.
yep.
Yep. I should know. I've put like 200 hours into that game.
Yeah, no, that's my frustrating. I'm like, all the cool stuff's in the things that I can't get.
And then have you got any of the heads yet?
No, but it's like there's something mentioned that I was like, oh, you got to stack up heads. That's awesome.
Yeah, so like those heads when you use them, like some of them are tough. I think you have to do 25 fatalities against that character, something like that. I'll have to go back and look, but there's a way to cheat to do it. So
I'm listening.
So if you go to you have to perform 25 fatalities on that character. If you go to the like classic tower, just keep on going until that person's at the very beginning, and then do a fatality on them, and then exit the tower and go back in, and then do the fatality on them. You can do it really quick.
Well,
So you don't have to wait for them to randomly pop up like in a tower or something.
as soon as I can complete a fatality, I think on anybody, there might be a chance.
Oh yeah. Well, do the the easy ones, like the forward ones.
I've tried. It's like there's something about like I don't know if it's the like my finger timing. I've tried fast. I've tried slow. Yeah, like, and I guess you got to convert crystals into like the easy, just R2 and B, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know how to do that. So
Yeah. Hey, I'll have to show you. Like I do it really quick. So like my inputs, if let's say the fatality is like back, forward, back, X. I go really quick. I go back, forward, down, X, or whatever it is. And
yeah,
I mean, it gets to
I've done
a point
both
with me where because I always usually get a couple characters and stick with them the whole time. And that way, when I need to do stuff like that, so I'm always Cassie or something, then the fatalities become second nature, where you don't even think about doing them. You just do. Like hers, she has that shadow kick where it kicks out their heart. That one's easy. It's sweep distance, down, forward, low kick, or back kick, or whatever you want to call it. And
Johnny Cage has down, Y, and like it still didn't happen. So I just suck.
Right.
I just suck.
Yeah, it's a different kind of fighting game,
Yeah, I want tournament fighters. Makes more sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm horrible at Smash Brothers, and you think it'd be easier because Smash Brothers doesn't have as many buttons, but for some reason, the timing in Smash Brothers, I have a really hard time doing.
Yeah.
But You know,
There's also distance and stage issues.
true.
You fall off the edge. You only got one bailout command before you plummet to your death on that one.
Yep.
Usually gets me.
Yeah, still a great game though.
Yep.
Love
This is
the
a video game podcast, which is why we're talking about this.
Yeah, that's all right. We can talk about whatever we want. It's what we do. Hey, Brad, you can take us around town. I know that the drive-ins are open 4 days a week.
Hey, film buddies, follow me around Denver.
The 88 drive-in has Missing Link, Wrath of Man, and The Unholy as their lineup now.
Nice.
And open all week is the Holiday Twin Drive-In, but they seem to be doing a 2021 fly fishing film tour on one screen and Raya the Last Dragon on the other. So, kind of.
Ooh.
I think like this time last year they had Batman 89 and Superman 78 lineup, which was pretty sweet. So
that is awesome.
Looks like the fly fishing tour has monopolized their time. So if you like fly fishing, you like watching people fish instead of just fishing yourself, that's what I assume these are, then Holiday Twin is for you. And
fishermen want their movies too.
I guess
there is a detrimental a little amount of fly fishing movies out there, isn't there? Like there's not that many.
River runs through it.
Yeah.
Yep, that about does it.
Got a rafting movie. The River Wild.
Just give them the Goofy movie because it's about the perfect cast. It's about fishing in general. Come on,
Catfish is a mock.
That's not about fishing. That's not about the kind of fishing you're thinking about, Brad.
Clearly, the best one is Big Fish. Duh.
Bury me in the river. Love Big Fish, but that is not about fly fishing, Corinne. That is about catching a big fish. The wedding ring.
We've talked about this last week. We don't need to bring it up.
Then there's Swordfish. That's about hackers that fish.
Yep.
amongst other silly things.
Yep, that's what's going on around town.
Nice. There's some movie news that is happening this week.
It's real news.
Okie dokie. This interested me because we've talked about the kind of pointlessness of award seasons and whatnot. But so the Golden Globes next year will not be airing on NBC. NBC has issued a statement saying that they will not be partnering with the HFPA until they get their act together. This is following a LA Times article that was published a few months back about some of their lack of diversity in their voting body, amongst other things, but also the amount of extravagant things that are done for their benefits, such as being flown out to the set of Emily in Paris for Netflix and spending time in fancy hotels. So, I don't know, like it's intriguing to see at an awards ceremony being shut off of a major network because of behavior that would have been tolerated years ago, which it was never right then. Certainly doesn't make it right today. Just find it interesting that it's finally catching up with it because a lot of this stuff has been kind of crumbling down over the last 5 or 6 years. So I don't know.
Tom Cruise sent back all his Golden Globes. Like,
really?
He's like, take these back. I'm serious. He says until you start making it more inclusive and things like that. He fucking gave them back for Jerry Maguire, Magnolia, and Born on the 4th of July.
Damn. That is when Tom Cruise is doing that to you, like you've got an issue going, man.
Yeah.
He ran them over himself.
Yeah, I heard he sent him in a box. Just here you go.
To be perfectly frank, the Hollywood Foreign Press has always felt like some kind of weird group that just kind of does its own thing for absolutely no reason. See, for case in point, think about the 2010 ceremony when The Tourist was nominated Best Picture, Musical, or Comedy. It's just that's not serious, my friends. That's just silly. So But anyway, yeah. So, long story short, you will have to figure out your Golden Globes fix another way if that's something that you're interested in. In other news, if we're going to uh, away from the awards circuit and into something that will probably not get awards but might be fun, we got a trailer for Venom: Let There Be Carnage today, which is being directed by Andy Serkis. So, gentlemen, do you want to spout out your thoughts about this latest little affair from the world of Marvel via Sony?
I don't know
Hey,
how
I've got some thoughts.
Okay.
And
All
my
right, lay it on
thoughts
us,
are
Fran.
that I don't care.
Oh, wow. Harsh.
I am morbidly apathetic about this.
Well, I mean, like, here's the thing. I did not like the first Venom. I really did not. I was very vocal about that. I'm more than willing to give this a shot because I like the idea of Andy Serkis directing, and I want to see what he does with a canvas like this. I still have not seen the movie he directed a few years back about a guy with a breathing problem. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, I mean, it looked like fun enough, and they got rid of that goofy haircut from Woody Harrelson, it seems. So I'm down for it. Ryan, you posted about it on our page. You said it looks like fun, so you know.
I still think the first Venom isn't that bad, which is shocking because there's no Spider-Man in a Venom movie, which still doesn't make sense to me. But what I liked is it kind of creates a split personality between the two, and more so for the trailer that they just released, it's more weird and kind of crazy, where I guess Venom talks to people too, where they're actually two separate entities where they don't work together. I don't know. It's really bizarre. And because it's so bizarre, it makes me be on board with it just because it's weird. I don't know if it'll be any good, but you know.
I'm wondering if now that we've broken the shackles of the origin story of it, quote unquote, we'll be able to just relax a little bit, or just like kick back and embrace what this concept is for people which is the symbiote living, like, coexisting with Eddie Brock. I don't know. Like,
I mean, my big thing from the first one is I was on board because the opening it's shot like a horror film. And if they would have committed to that throughout the whole film, I thought would have been great.
Right. But obviously they didn't do that.
No, I mean, like I said, it's better than it should be. I mean, it sans the Eminem rap at the end. But, you know, it's... I don't like being Corinne in this, not to take a knock on her, but just because one, we have a model standing movie, but two, I'm such a comic book fan that it seems disingenuous on my part. Be like, well, this is a comic book movie and it's just stupid. So I like the world I live in where I can have all these comic book movies and then judge them individually. It just so I'll always support them, because I remember when the only comic book movies we were getting were, Jonah Hex and stuff. So
yeah, so it was Jonah Hex and nothing else. It was a plethora of Jonah Hex movies.
No, I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I
got you.
Comic book movie.
Yeah, like before things got a little bit more organized and like the genre was not like relegated to a dustbin where a bunch of cuts could be made, because you threw out the name Jonah Hex, that movie got butchered in the edit. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, I think it's not even 80 minutes long, but
yeah.
My point being is, you have characters now, whether it's Morbius or Venom, and they're given an opportunity to have their own movie.
Yeah,
in a world where, that never happened before. They're working on a Batgirl movie and things like that, which I think they should have anyways. But
yeah,
last year I have a Harley Quinn Birds of Prey movie, which is also kind of batshit crazy, but in a good way.
We're getting a second Suicide Squad movie, like a second iteration of it. That in itself is kind of insane. We're getting a third Guardians of the Galaxy movie. That in itself is pretty insane. We're
getting an Eternals movie, which I don't even know what the Eternals are.
They're eternal, Corinne.
Well, I got that, but I mean, what's next? An Inhumans movie?
Well, Corinne, they tried that, and they put it to TV, and then they put the pilot in IMAX, and then nobody went, and nobody saw, and then goodbye.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's really fascinating. I mean, we're getting a Shang-Chi movie. I mean, he's a really cool hero, but I mean, that's digging into comic book lore, you know? So I'm always down, and I'll always support him because, like I said, there's a time when this year, Batman and Robin. It's, you know, it's so far removed. And
I'm going to ask you to freeze that statement, Ryan. You know, I need you to chill out. You know what they should do is go full circle, because I feel like the ambition begins with Howard the Duck. I mean, I know everybody says Superman, but really the ambition became Howard the Duck. If we can make that work, we can.
There's a 4K of Howard the Duck coming out. And I was asked why I'm going to get it. And I said, well, the movie's not good, but I'm getting it because there's a 4K of Howard the Duck coming out.
Yeah, you need to support that decision no matter what.
Oh, actually, this will interest you guys. This is totally off topic, but I saw my younger brother, Cody, today. And he asked me, he said, hey, have you ever heard of Wells and Tails? Have you guys heard of that?
Whales and Tails?
Is that a kid's show?
No, so it's a store that's inside of the mills, and it's where it's the Jefferson County Public Library takes all their used books and movies and sells them there.
Huh?
And my younger brother told me he got the 4K of the complete series of Game of Thrones, which is $250-$300, and he spent $15 on it. And so he told me that they have Ultra HDs there for $2.
Brad, can we go to Whales and Tails, please?
I've already left.
I'm just down the street from Mills. I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, I know. And he said there's books and stuff, and I'm like, wow, I might go there tomorrow. So
if I can make it out this week, I'm gonna do that. That's. They're probably not going to have anything I want, but I want to see it. I want to see this with my own eyes.
I'm guessing they took over the Borders space.
I have no idea, to tell you the truth. I didn't even. When I go to the mills, I usually just go to FYE.
Yeah.
But now I guess I have another reason to walk around.
My question is, why is it called Whales and Tails?
I don't know.
Is it because you can get a whale of a tale there, whether in book or film form? It's not an attempt at a bad joke. I'm genuinely curious.
Well, obviously,
I have no idea.
You're surrounded by books and movies which have tales of them, but there is a giant humpback whale alone in a tank in the center of the store, just slowly hoping to die.
Hey, Brad, can we go there dressed in Star Trek uniforms and go, Captain, there be whales here?
Oh, it's down by Dick's Sporting Goods. It used to, I guess it's relatively new.
Oh, that's the catch. I got to go by a sports store.
I haven't been in Mills in a couple of months, so that's probably why I haven't seen it.
Yeah, like he told me about it. I had no idea. So I'm interested.
Insane. We should all go there as a group, meet up, and like report live from Whales and Tails.
Sounds awesome.
I'd be down for that.
No, we should also go to the movies pop up at the same time.
Ooh,
together.
That'd be dope.
Because that's happening around town. I forgot.
Yeah.
What's the pop up? What are they showing?
The movies pop up. It's a restaurant.
Oh wait! Oh wow! Oh, I thought you were talking like it was just like a pop up little drive-in thing. What are you talking about? The movies pop up.
Movies. Kevin Smith.
Movies. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, get an egg, a moopie muffin, cow tipper.
I guess whatever their menu is, probably. I can't imagine you would not have that.
It's a vegan option place.
They better have a cow where I can go on the internet and I'm gonna type in all you motherfuckers will pay.
You are the ones who are the ball lickers.
Yes.
Love,
We're gonna shit
Jay and
out their
Silent-
shit that we just shit.
And then all you motherfuckers are next. Love, Jay and Silent Bob.
You can't just go. You have to like pre-buy access. So that happens
Yeah.
tomorrow at 11 or earlier if you sign up for the mailer. So
Yeah, well, we'll see.
you have to pick a day. It's only open for a week.
Okay. And moving on from news, for news. Ryan, this is something that I think will be pretty fucking cool. So I've never like seen these, but I know their reputation. Faces of Death, which is the videos that where the series of videos that claim to be actual deaths. In fact, they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
So the creative team behind the movie Cam is taking on a dramatization of Faces of Death. And the story will involve a YouTube moderator who discovers a group of people recreating the deaths from the original movie. I actually think this sounds pretty fun. Like that could be a intriguing little film.
It's more infamous than it is a good movie. I've seen it, and it's whatever. But I mean, the title alone is interesting, you know?
Yeah, and for people who don't know, it claimed to have this footage of actual deaths, and in fact, most of these were fake. There was a claim that this was banned in 40 countries. It was becoming like infamous as a snuff film, and then obviously a lot of things like were unveiled to be like, nah, it's a lot of this is like fake. But the idea, and it spawned several different volumes too. So there's like Faces of Death 2, Faces of Death 3, The Worst Faces of Death, The Faces of Death 4, Faces of Death 5, Faces of Death 6, Death Wish Faces of Death.
I mean, it reminds me a lot of Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah,
where it's just shocking, and it has this reputation for being real, and it's not.
Yeah, whereas like Cannibal Holocaust like really can kind of claim more because it actually did technically commit crimes, whereas I don't know, like this all seems interesting to take that concept and turn it into a drama like version set within the YouTube sphere. That sounds pretty interesting. I'd be down to see what they do with it. I've never seen Cam, but I'll have to check it out now and kind of see what these guys are capable of. And then we all liked the movie Freaky, I think, more or less, or at least those of us who saw it. The same team will be working on a movie called Time Cut. It's being described as Back to the Future meets Scream. So Brad's gonna get a little horror movie set for all for himself, I guess. I don't know.
What?
I mean, you like Back to the Future. Why wouldn't you want to see a horror version of it, right?
Because Back to the Future is awesome as is.
But you don't have a horror. You don't have a slasher mystery going on in Back to the Future. It is missing that. You have to grant me this.
I mean, technically, it's missing it. I don't know if it needs it.
No. There's a difference between missing and need here in this statement. I should clarify. I'm not saying it needs it.
Yeah, you said the guy who's like moderate horror guy needs it. That's like, yeah, not me.
Okay, fine, fair enough. I want it then, and I trust Christopher Landon with this particular train he's going on between the Happy Death Day movies and Freaky. So I'll be curious to see what this turns out to be. I'm more curious about Scream being mentioned in this mix-up than I do Back to the Future, because a time travel slasher movie doesn't seem too out of the realm of feasibility. But what's going to be the Scream thing? Are we going to be having talking multiple people involved here? What's going on? I guess we'll have to wait for Time Cut in order to find out.
Yeah, they'll probably reference like the rules of time travel.
Yeah, it's true. And then the last piece of news is one that I guess I want more of an opinion consensus from everybody on this, is that starting soon, the cinema safe guidelines will be changing to where the disinfecting movies theaters between screenings is going to be optional. So I don't know, you guys, we've all been going to the movies basically since Tenet opened back up. So, I mean, how would you guys feel about that?
I'm fine. I mean, it's it's to the point now. I mean, you have so many people that are vaccinated. There's so many people that, I mean, eventually it's just going to have to go back to normal. So, I mean, Dr. Fauci just said this week that they're going to start easing indoor mask wearing too. So, I mean, it'll happen, but I mean, I'm fine with it. I don't care.
Yeah, we have the vaccine now, so you have an option to protect yourself better.
Yeah, no. I'm more curious within the grand scope of like how, since everything has kind of unfolded, to my mind, it seems like out of any business, theaters have the one that have been playing absolute ball with every single restriction they've had to work with. And they've played by every single rule in this book. So if they're starting to ease things, all they're doing is following along with the course of everything that's being set through local government, state governments, country, like the federal government. So like I can't imagine they're making the wrong move here. I just found it very interesting because they do bring in that heavy cleaning equipment and they like scrub the hell out of those theaters. So
yeah, again, I mean, and that's really, they did that to appease reopening. I don't know how much that's actually effective because, I mean, we still don't really know about COVID staying on surfaces.
Right.
And is it more of just an air transfer
minimal
thing?
I mean, as far as I understand, like you getting infected with COVID from like touching a surface is pretty minimal versus, breathing it if somebody else in the room was infected, that kind of thing. So
you're more likely to breathe the recycled air in the room. So
exactly
that, yeah. And I mean, if someone's actually sitting at let's say the Alamo at a table, well, they're going to disinfect that when you leave anyways. So
yeah, they wipe down the tables after non-COVID shows anyway. So
yeah.
Right on. Well, wonderful.
If they keep it, great. And if not, whatever. I mean, it's probably the least of their problems.
Yeah. As far as being worried about it, I'm not worried about it. I don't.
Well, wonderful.
I think the most important thing is they need to find a way to get people to stop talking during movies. Like, that's the real plague.
You can't disinfect people's bad behavior, Brad, unfortunately. I'm sad to say. We've kind of learned over the past year that you can't disinfect bad behavior, no matter how much you try.
Well, I guess there's no point in living anymore then. So,
well, no, Brad. That's not an invitation to lose.
I'll see you later.
No, don't
Brad,
you leave.
Nice work, Zach.
I didn't do anything here. What?
Brad, is your streak of bad movie watching continuing?
Oh yeah.
Are we going to talk about it
hasn't
this week?
Changed. We can. It's the same story over and over.
I'm not saying I've never had a bad experience in a movie theater, but it's never been anything like yours. So what we should probably do is we should probably go to a movie together and then see whose streak comes out on top. Okay? Whether your bad movie streak or my good movie streak prevails.
I mean, yours probably will because I just feel cursed. No matter what show I go to, it's me and two other people. And for some reason, I don't get the better of that deal.
And you'd think this would be alleviated by going with friends, but whenever Brad goes with me, he hears me sniffling or laughing like a hyena. That's not a way to live either. So he's trapped no matter what. But
I do feel bad because when I went and saw Mortal Kombat in IMAX, the dudes who were in my row were really fucking obnoxious before the movie. And then when the movie started, they shut up. So
wait, you know what, Brad? I think we figured out your biopic. Should anyone ever decide to make it, it's about like the diary of the bad movie theater encounters, and it just plays out episode. Plays out. No, that's not the title. Like that's the premise. Is like it's a diary. It's like it's an episodic journey through your bad experiences through movie going about how it changes your perspective on humanity. I'm just hoping that the final chapter is a peaceful one, but I wish that you would. I wish that you would get better luck in this because your escapades with this have taken very strange turns, like in a pre-COVID world, to say the least. So
Yeah, when I got assaulted, I thought that was the end of it. Like that was going to be like, oh, you learned your lesson. Don't ever confront anyone about talking, and yeah, the universe will give back, and you'll get people to be quiet. But no, it's still just a curse.
Once again, I'll suggest that I should go with you to the movie so then that way I can assault the people and you don't have to worry about it anymore.
The bodyguard.
Ryan, is Corinne exempt from physical assault charges? Like, what?
Yeah, if you're protecting yourself. Like,
Well,
you can.
Well,
I mean, you just can't walk up and pop somebody, but
I thought that's what she said she was going to do.
Well, no,
yeah,
if
if she walks up and just pops somebody, then yes, she is not exempt from it. But if someone decides they're going to try to get you, then yeah, you can protect yourself.
You, Brad, if somebody verbally says something that could even be vaguely considered verbal assault, that's when Corinne pounces.
Verbal assault doesn't exist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What if
harassment?
The guy told me he was going to kill me? So
that's harassment.
Sweet.
Okay, so then there you go. So then Corinne's sick person, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. We've got a good plan here, guys. Yeah. Just Corinne in a greaser jacket from the 50s.
I think I have a leather jacket somewhere.
Yeah. And then at the end you can say, tell me more, and then we can just turn this into a full-on musical. Anyway, that's news, guys.
Films are coming out on Blu-ray. I think I'm getting 2 this week.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
Ryan, is one of them Shrek in 4K?
How did you know?
I mean, please tell me that's not true.
How did you know that I was going to go down to the swamp and get... I don't even fucking know anything about Shrek anymore.
Okay, I'll tell you. Can I get it in 4K? Yeah, you can get Shrek in 4K.
You know, it's interesting. I read the whole review of it on, I can't remember if it was Ultra HD or Blu-ray.com, but they talk about how great that movie is. I'm like, man, I remember it being okay. I was never a big fan of Shrek.
I loved it when I was younger. And when I tried to rewatch it not too long ago, I was annoyed by the amount of self-referential, like, digging into meta humor that it puts out. Like, it's very, very like trying to be up yours Disney, and I don't mind that, but for whatever reason it rubbed me the wrong way when I rewatched it.
And Shrek 2 overtook Spider-Man 2 at the box office, and I was like, fuck this.
Okay, well, your personal grudges aside.
First Spider-Man, I can't remember how it played out. One of the Shreks made more money than one of the Spider-Mans, and I was pissed.
That might be Shrek 3, because Spider-Man 3 kind of dipped off, didn't it?
I don't remember.
I know the sequel beat 2, but they did release 2 after that, so I don't know.
No.
First one's good, second one's better.
I remember liking the second one a lot still because of Puss. I like the character of Puss in Boots, but I think that's just because Antonio Banderas is amazing.
Hey, Brad, are you in my boat? I was never a fan of Shrek movies. Are you a fan?
I haven't watched them in 20 years. I think the first one I was like, oh, that was like clever. I didn't expect it to be self-referential, but then like, you know, they made 3 more of them, and they ruined the "I'm a Believer" song and perpetuate the Smash Mouth song. It's just like, okay, I'm good. I got it.
I don't know. Maybe I should give them another try. I'm not going to spend any money on it. If they're streaming somewhere, maybe I'll watch one.
Okay.
Fair. I mean, you've got a kid, Ryan, so you've got a perfect excuse to revisit it.
Yeah, or I can show him cool movies like Raiders of the Lost Ark and stuff.
Yeah,
well, he's already seen those.
Exactly. If he has to see Shrek, I'll make sure I'm not working. I'll tell Laura to watch it with him.
Or you know what, Ryan? You can circumvent all that and have him watch Saw in 4K. Because that's a smart parenting decision, right? Right?
Look, Kellen, if you ever wake up in a dirty gas station bathroom, find yourself chained to a pipe, this is what you need to learn how to do.
No, guys, I do it all the time. I go to his room. It's like, Kellen, do you want to play a game? Actually, I think there's a steelbook. The steelbook's pretty radical for that.
Ryan,
there's 2 steelbooks.
There's Ryan, 2 of them?
Yeah, Best Buy has one and Amazon has one.
Yep.
Which one's the better one?
I think the Amazon one actually, because it's
Yeah,
like a sketched drawing of Billy, whereas I think the Best Buy one's just a photograph of him.
It's the TV. It's him on the TV. Yeah, you know what, Ryan? Know what I'm thinking of it? You know what would be a great, like, cool costume duo to do is Kellen goes as the Jigsaw puppet and you go as Donnie Wahlberg from parts 2 through 4. Because he's a cop, and you know it's
a Jigsaw.
Daniel.
I'm just gonna wherever Ryan goes, I'm just gonna lay in the middle of the room with a bloody caved-in head and a gun in my hand.
I think I'm going to watch all of those movies this week. Do you think I could watch all 8 of them before I see the 9th one?
I mean, they're only like they're at most, like the longest one is like running into the 100 to 10 minute range, right? So I think you could.
Yeah, I think I could do it.
When's the release date for Spiral again?
This week.
Next week? Holy crap! I'll cram them in. I've got Jigsaw as well, so I'll be set. Let's go back to Sawland, boys. Also, Brad, if you do that, you know what you should do is just go into his house randomly one day and go game over. Just close the door and then just leave. That'd be fun. You know, you won't expect it. That's for sure. Let me ask you, Ryan, is the one that you're getting the yearling?
No.
Warner Archive. You don't want the story of Gregory Peck and Jane Wyman and their young child who adopts a deer?
I'm sure it's a great movie.
Wait, isn't that like the premise of The Omen?
Yearling.
Am I wrong? Isn't
No.
Gregory Peck in The Omen?
He is, but he doesn't adopt a deer.
Yeah, but he has like a demon baby. It's like the same thing.
Ryan, we've been watching The Omen wrong.
Totally.
It was totally about a boy's friendship with a deer. It had nothing to do with the son of the devil. Yes, Warner Archive is putting out The Yearling. It's a fine Technicolor achievement from 1946. Features Jane Wyman in one of her first Oscar-nominated appearances. So if you want to check out The Yearling, you should. I know which one Ryan's getting. I've been teasing it this whole time. But Ryan, in order to do it, you have to go to hell. But in order to go to hell, you've got to do it merrily.
That's right.
Merrily, we go to hell with Sylvia Sidney and Frederick March.
Way to bury the lead with Cary Grant, you mean?
He is not listed at the top, so therefore he has to wait his turn, young man.
No, I think he's maybe the 5th or 6th billed actor.
Yeah, because this is in 1932. Yeah,
it's definitely, that was his first year in Hollywood, so it's definitely before he was Cary Grant.
I was just getting my start, darling. Yes, directed by Dorothy Arzner. I actually am probably going to pick this up myself too, Ryan, because I've never seen it, but one of the writers is Edwin Eustace Meyer, who wrote, quote unquote, To Be or Not to Be. So I would like to check this out.
Yeah, I remember it not being that good, but I watched it on YouTube, so that might be a problem.
Well, yeah, you need to fix that
because it wasn't available before. I totally watched it. I'm sure it's an illegal upload of it.
I've watched a lot of great movies on YouTube. I think it's just you.
Well, no, I'm guessing.
Well, the quality, the quality of the print, Corinne. Because one of the next ballyhoos that's coming out, we did a movie called To Each His Own, and it's only available here on the Internet Archive with a really crappy print that was clearly ripped off of TCM. So, I mean, these prints are damaged to shit because nobody cares about them, especially honestly, the companies that own them.
The print isn't the hard part. If I remember right, there was a lot of hissing and popping in the audio, so it kind of made it a really tough watch.
Well, you know who's going to fix, but you know who's going to fix that for you, right, Ryan? Criterion.
Oh, Criterion, yeah. It already has a brand new 2K scan, I think, or it's 4K. I can't remember.
I didn't look at the specs, but I guess I'll find out when I pick it up.
I don't know. I think I'm having in the next 3 months, 6 Cary Grant movies are coming out on Blu-ray.
It's like Christmas for you all over again.
I know. I'm guessing over the last 6-7 months, 12 of them have come out. So
you got another 6 coming.
Yeah, I know. I got Mr. Blandings is next week.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing Up Baby is in July.
Yeah.
Before that, it is the 2 Mae West films.
Yep. Come on up and see me sometime.
Yeah. There's another. I can't remember what other one it is. Maybe that's it for right now. But
you realize that in all these wonderful things that you've just announced, and yet I can't get George Washington Slept Here, or The Horn Blows at Midnight, or Charlie's Aunt in 4K. I don't get it, Ryan.
I mean, 2 weeks ago I got freaking Room for One More a month ago. So it's good times. Good time to be a Cary Grant fan.
Yeah, but Ryan, what does Cary Grant have that Jack doesn't? I just don't get it anymore. I'm done trying to guess. Maybe I should just become a Cary Grant fan instead.
You should. That's all the cool kids are doing.
I don't want to be cool. I want to be you. I want to be me. Hey, you know what, Ryan? Are you getting Scream Factory's collector's edition of King Kong from '76?
I am, and that's a piece of shit movie, but it comes with a second cut from the TV, and it's like 3.5 hours long.
Why?
I read the review on. I didn't know this about it. I read the review on Blu-ray.com, and it's actually divided into 2 nights. So it's NBC presents King Kong night 1, and then it's the second night, and then it comes with tons of bonus features. I really just want to watch the bonus features and see how fucking batshit crazy this movie is, because it's not a good movie at all.
So now what you're telling me though, Ryan, is that before Peter Jackson, there was a 3.5 hour King Kong movie before his 3.5 hour King Kong cut.
Correct. And it might be the longest 3.5 hours of my life, but we'll see.
Yeah. Whereas the Peter Jackson version cruises on by because it's efficiently made and well done. Another criterion coming out is Fast Times at Ridgemont High, the 1982 Cameron Crowe written comedy directed by Amy Heckerling. I still love this movie. I will definitely be grabbing this. I know that there's an asshole amongst the cast, but I don't care. I like this movie. And then Kino Lorber is putting out a movie called Tank from 1984 with James Garner. He's standing above the title Tank with his thumbs up, and there's a tank that's about to shoot you, the grabber of this Blu-ray. And then there's a 4K that believes in one thing and one thing only: family. The Fast and the Furious is getting its 4K release, a 20th anniversary edition. Between this and the 20th anniversary of Shrek, I want to take a look at all the life choices I've made going forward, try to make better ones, because 20 years has passed since Shrek and Fast and the Furious have been released. But do you know what's a better movie that's coming to Blu-ray, at least in a reissue? The Smokey and the Bandit 3 movie pack. 2 of those movies are fun, and there are 2 wonderful car movies that you can pick up on Blu-ray. And then last but not least, I am not sure what Shout Select is doing, but I applaud these decisions. All About the Benjamins with Ice Cube and Mike Epps is coming to Blu-ray. I had no idea there was a fan base around All About the Benjamins, but that is awesome. And that is Blu-rays.
Nope. I'm going to give MVD some love and say that Action USA and Drive are coming out on their very indie tiny label. So
and the MVD label. And actually, you're right. I missed 2 others. One that Corinne would like and one that I will only find interesting. First of all, Bachelor in Paradise with Bob Hope and Lana Turner coming to Warner Archive, and Justice Society World War II coming from the DC Universe movies. Corinne, do you know anything of this?
Nope.
Ryan, do you know anything of the Justice Society World War II?
Yeah, Justice Society is a group of superheroes that takes place during World War II. And if I remember right, and I haven't seen the DVD Blu-ray for it, I'm guessing Wonder Woman's on it. And yeah, you know what? I've seen little flashes of it, and the animation looks really cool in it.
I'm seeing 2 flashes on this cover, not just one little flash.
Yeah, because you got, different eras of Flash. So it's Golden Age DC.
And I see Hawkman there.
Yeah, he's one of the first heroes at DC.
I cannot tell. Yeah, but I can't tell. I'm trying to suss out who's all on the poster. There's one in the far back that I can't suss out. But anywho, Justice Society. This actually might be fun, Ryan. Do we know if this is coming to HBO Max as well, or is this a Blu-ray
I'm sure it
only
will
thing?
eventually.
Yeah, maybe I'll risk the money and give this a go. It's been a while since I've risked money on a DC animated film.
I love the DC animated stuff.
I do too, but I haven't followed up on it for a while, so I haven't been like too keen to follow up with them at all.
I can't wait to see what they do with the Long Halloween, because that's a very like benchmark book right there.
It's a beloved book.
They didn't adapt Tim Sale's art style, which is disappointing. So,
oh man,
but I get it. They have an animation studio that they got to keep costs low on. So,
well, that too, and you might alienate a lot of people. His art style is really great, but it's very unique.
That's part of what made that book great. It's like a really noir style. Like they're just taking what they already have and putting the Long Halloween on it. You know,
I can't remember the name of it, but there was one artist Batman book that threw me off. Was I think it's Grant Morrison's Arkham Asylum. I can't remember if that's the title of it, but it was like really fucking bizarre looking artwork.
I think that's Sam Keith who did that one, or Kelly Jones. I can't.
Okay, so it's not Grant Morrison. Then I just remember it being about Arkham.
I mean,
Asylum,
the artist.
Oh, okay.
Is it Grant Morrison?
Grant Morrison's the writer.
Neil
Yeah.
Gaiman.
I can't remember. Hold on. Maybe I'll look this up while we move on. But anyway, that's Blu-rays.
But yeah, Sam Keith's definitely the artist. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
that's
love
just
Tim
the name
Sale.
I remember attached to it. But I just remember that artwork being like messed me the hell up.
Yeah, he's very unusual. Tim Sale, I always loved his Green Goblin in Spider-Man Blue.
Okay.
Because he gave him like tons of teeth, and he was really weird looking, kind of like a gargoyle.
Yeah, so it's Dave McKean, and it was written by Grant Morrison, so that's why I'm alluding with it. But yeah, no, there's some memories here popping back up. Yeah, I get it.
It's not even Sam Keith, it's Dave McKean.
Yeah, Dave McKean, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoops, sorry.
Nope, you're fine.
No, I know. Yeah, I know Sam Keith does one though, and his is really weird too. His Batman is really weird.
The Joker McKean does here is what messed me up, because it's got like it's like it's either blood smeared or just the rage of the Joker's eyes, like just like fucking messed me up when I was younger. So, but yeah. Anyway, I'm glad I remembered a comic book. That's cool. I'm starting to get better. Nice. That's Blu-rays, gentlemen.
We watch films throughout the week in a segment I call What We've Been Watching.
So, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Corinne, what'd you watch this week?
I've watched a lot since I was on last time, so try to minimize interruptions here. I finished Shadow and Bone, the show on Netflix I had watched the pilot of last time. It's pretty good. I'll watch season 2 if they make one, which I think they're going to. But this was like the show about, people who can control the elements, and there's one person who has this power that's been sought out for many, many years, and it's going to like change the whole political landscape of this kingdom, and it's pretty cool. So that's that. And then I rewatched The Dark Knight. I hadn't seen it in a really long time, and it's just as good as I remember. It's honestly kind of crazy how much they pack into that movie. And I think it's just because the scenes are so quick and to the point. And they really just, like, so much foreshadowing, so much great character work, great dialogue. It's just awesome. But watching it with friends, obviously, we were having a little bit of fun at the movie's expense. And like the scene where it's like, yeah, just hit Joker, it's fine. Just run him over. So that's good. Rewatched Legally Blonde, which is perhaps the most feminist movie ever made. I could write a whole essay about it, and I'm kind of tempted to. So if you see that at any point in the future, that's why.
What's the movie?
Legally Blonde.
Oh, Legally Blonde. Oh, yeah. That's
Have you seen it?
Yeah, but yeah, when my folks took me and my sister to see it in the theater, and my sister loves that film, I have a question for you. I don't
Mhm.
remember the sequel. Have you gone back to the sequel at all?
No, I don't like the sequel. It's kind of stupid.
Okay, fair enough. I remember the first one being a lot of fun and Victor Garber being an asshole in it.
Yes, he is an asshole.
Yes, he is a sexist asshole.
Yes, which is hilarious because between that and 30 Rock, it's like Victor Garber is just like this sweetheart of a person, or at least it seems like it. But then he always plays assholes for some reason, so I don't understand.
Or he's arrogant people who at first think their ship won't sink, but then he realizes, oh shit, my ship can sink, and he stares at a clock and this just sinks with his own ship. Meanwhile, Leo and Kate have to find their way to freedom from that sinking, terrible boat.
Doesn't he help a bunch of people make a movie in Argo?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Well, no, I think he's the Canadian Prime Minister in Argo who's harboring the people who are.
Yeah, he's helping him. He's doing good
he's helping him.
things.
He's not helping him make the movie. That's why
He's great in Alias too.
Yeah. We're talking about Argo, though. We're not talking about Alias.
Just saying Alias. He's a good guy in Alias.
Argo.
He's also a good guy in The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, he's on those shows? Cool.
Doesn't giving those people a place to sleep help them make the movie?
Yeah, I guess that is true, because then they can make the fake movie, which then gets them the premises. It gets them into the... Yeah, watch Argo, guys. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm sorry, Brad. I acknowledge that you know a Golden Age Hollywood radio.
I've seen the movie once. Thank you.
You haven't watched it again? We should watch it again. It's great.
And then
cool.
I've also rewatched Ted Lasso, which is awesome. I got 2 of my friends hooked on it. So if you haven't seen Ted Lasso, it's on Apple TV. It's totally worth like a week free trial or a month subscription just to watch the show because it's awesome. It's about an American football coach who goes over to England to coach soccer. And Jason Sudeikis is a national treasure, and he absolutely deserved the Golden Globe that he got for his role as Ted Lasso. And it's kind of fun if you go back to the original skits that they based the TV show on. He's kind of an asshole in the original skits, but they definitely like modified the character so he's a lot more likable in the TV show. And he just wins you over so easily. And you're like, yes, Ted Lasso, I want you to succeed.
I don't think there's ever been a time where I haven't liked Jason Sudeikis in something, so I want to check this out. Did you guys ever see We're the Millers?
No.
Yep.
Oh,
he's a dick in Colossal.
He is a dick. Yes, he is a dick in the Colossal.
Is he a colossal dick?
No.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Corinne, you need to watch Colossal. You'll like Colossal. It's really good. But yeah, We're the Millers. Fuck, that's a funny movie.
But yeah, it's such a great show. We laughed, we cried. It was a grand old time. My friend who I got hooked on it, we watched 6 episodes on Saturday, and then she's like, "You got to come back tomorrow so we can finish the show." And so, sure enough, I came back on Sunday, and we finished the 4 episodes in season 1, and season 2 is set to premiere in July. So, Brad, do you know? Is it like a Netflix thing where they drop all the episodes at once, or is it more of a Disney Plus thing where you have to wait each week?
I don't know. I got into Ted Lasso like they were already all there, so
Right.
I don't know.
I think it might be the latter. I think it might be that they drop a new episode every week. Oh no. The show is so good to binge watch though.
Yeah, I stayed up all night, did it in one sitting. It was so compelling. But I am enjoying the return to weekly releases thanks to Disney Plus. So,
but
this is what TV used to be like.
Yeah, for those listening at home, if you have Apple TV and you have 5 hours on a Saturday or whatever, just drop what you're doing and watch Ted Lasso. It will change your life for the better. You won't need therapy anymore. I'm just kidding. Obviously, you will, but it's awesome, and it will make your heart smile. Anyway, preaching the gospel of Ted Lasso here. All right, 2 more things, both superhero shows. I watched Invincible.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I'm interested in your opinion on this one.
Yeah, I was over at Jerry's house and he just popped on the first episode and we watched it and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And so we kept watching it. And then I think I forget how many episodes there are. There's like 6 or 7 or something. 8. Okay, I think we got like to the 4th or 5th episode and I was like, we just got to finish this. Like, let's just go ahead. And, there were some aspects of it that I liked. I could tell it was weird. I could tell when the scenes were hand-drawn and I could tell when they were more computer animated. And I liked it when they were hand-drawn, but then whenever they switched over to the computer animation, I was like, oh, that looks so weird. Ugh. But there definitely were scenes that were hand-drawn, and I appreciated that. The voice acting was all excellent. There were several different times where I was like, wait, who is that? I know that person. And so we had to just do the whole, like, quick look up on the IMDb page. And that was a lot of fun. Some of the characters were really interesting. I really liked Monster Girl and her, her powers and kind of the drawback to anytime she transforms. Thought that was kind of compelling. And even before the scene I think it's at the end of the first episode, I was like, oh yeah, that character's evil. And then of course that scene happened and I was like, haha, I called it. Yeah. And who would have thought that Coach Pitch softball would save the world, everybody?
Who?
Softball, like kids softball.
We'll see. I'm pretty sure he's coming back.
I mean, probably, but from what I heard, it might be a good thing. Anyway, yeah, there were definitely some aspects of it that I didn't like, and the violence was probably number 1 on the list.
Oh, yeah.
Just so needlessly violent. And Jerry and I got into a discussion about it because I had just been rewatching Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, where it was almost just like cartoonish how sometimes, like, during the Cadmus arc, they blow up like an entire portion of the city and they're like, oh, but there were no casualties. And you see this shockwave going and it destroys highways and breaks apart buildings. And you're like, really? No casualties? Seems a little unbelievable. But then turn around and on the opposite end of the spectrum is Invincible, where everybody just explodes like freaking
gets his face planted in a subway car and then has to watch everyone explode as they pass by.
Yeah, actually we fast forwarded through that part because by the end of the night we were just kind of like, all right, we got to finish this. And Jerry knew that scene was coming and it was super violent, and he's like, we're going to fast forward through this. You don't want to watch it. And I'm like, oh, thank you. But yeah, even still, just so much needless violence. It's like, I get there has to be some, but really, to this extent, it's too brutal, man.
I thought what was more exhausting is the 8th episode, like how many times Omni-Man tells him, tries to like, why don't you get what I'm trying to say? Like he says it so many times.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think we fast forwarded through a lot of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was good. I would probably watch season 2 when it comes out. So yeah, Invincible. It's okay. You just have to know what you're getting into ahead of time. But yeah. And then the last thing I'll talk about is, so after I finished Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, I've decided I'm going to go back and rewatch Superman the Animated Series. And so I've done that, and I'm on the very beginning of season 3, which was the last season. And there have been some really, really good episodes. Some that are just like, okay, but a couple of the really good ones that stick out to me, there's one called The Late Mr. Kent, where Clark Kent supposedly dies because his car explodes. And Superman, obviously he survives, but there was like a supposed witness. So then he realized like, oh, I can't be Clark Kent anymore. Now I have to be Superman all the time. And he actually like doesn't like that.
he's like, no, I want to be Clark Kent again. So there's this whole investigation that happens, and I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's an excellent episode. There's one where they introduce the Flash. That's pretty neat. The one I just watched was, I think it's called Nighttime, which is when Bruce Wayne disappears, and so Superman has to fill in as Batman, and then he fights Bane, and he just wrecks Bane, because obviously he's Superman, and it's pretty cool. Oh my gosh, you guys. Superman, the animated series, is so good, and they build up, like, all these things that come back in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and, like, just seeing Luthor and Brainiac meet for the first time, and how Luthor kind of hates him, but then, of course, in Justice League Unlimited, he's, like, in love with Brainiac, and it's really weird, but yeah.
In love with him.
Well, I'm sort of joking, but yeah, he gets to... So what happens is at the end of Season 2, Justice League Unlimited, Luthor and Brainiac merge, but then Flash uses, like, his super speed to break them apart, and Luthor is desperately trying to get back that level of power he had while he was merged with Brainiac.
Ah, gotcha.
So in Season 3, he goes crazy, and he's trying to restore Brainiac in any way possible.
That sounds like a really cool plot for a Superman movie. I would like to see that in a Superman movie.
I know, right? It's like all these awesome storylines. It's like, we'll never get this on the big screen. This is just...
But why don't we just say it out loud? I'd like to see that in a Superman movie. Maybe Warner Brothers is listening.
Yeah, do a whole movie about the late Mr. Kent. That would be awesome.
So far, we know that only the creators or the distributors of the Collector movies are listening to me and Ryan. So. Wait, is that movie out yet? What the?
No, it got, like, canceled or something.
Wait, but they were so it's absolutely, like, done. It's just trashed in the garbage. And
Well, they were filming it, and then the pandemic happened, and then they. I just read an article about how it like shot for a week, and then they haven't shot anything else.
Wow, that sucks. Ooh.
Anyway, it's really cool to see all the origin stories for the different Superman villains, and it's just been a lot of fun. So, yeah, Superman the Animated Series, it's on HBO Max if anybody wants to check it out, which I highly recommend. It's just fun. And that's what I've been watching.
Zach?
Not a whole lot. I rewatched Isle of the Dead a bunch this week to gear up for a ballyhoo. That's a movie, Ryan, that if you haven't watched it, you should. It's Val Lewton. It's the second to last of the big 9 horror movies he made. It stars Boris Karloff as a general who goes off with a reporter to an island after a huge battle in the Grecian War of 1912 to pay respects to his wife. He finds that his wife's grave has been defiled, and suddenly they are quarantined on the island due to a plague. But it may not be a plague. It might be a notorious spirit known as the Vovacula. The Vovacula. Me and my guest will get to the bottom of that word, I swear. But yeah, no, it's one of the more it's like almost like very pure Luton in the respect of just like there's no moments of real levity in the movie. Like it is a down note through and through for 71 minutes. But it's absolutely worth your time. I really needed a laugh this week, so I popped on season 5 of The Simpsons and just kicked back for 2 full discs. Cape Fear is still a fucking amazing episode, and I just kept texting pictures to Ryan back and forth like well, I'll be damned. It's also illegal to put squirrels down your pants for the purposes of gambling.
That's hands down my favorite episode of The Simpsons. It's so funny when you text me that. I was literally bringing that up I don't know why I was bringing it up to my boss. We were talking about something, and it reminded me of the part where Sideshow Bob is driving through the neighborhood and he's saying, "The following people will not be murdered by me: Marge Simpson, Homer Simpson,
Lisa Simpson, Baby Simpson."
And he goes through everybody's like, and Homer runs up, "Bart, do you hear the good news?"
That also has the great big the bit of Bart, you want some brownies before you go to bed? What? Come on, before they go while they're still hot.
How about you be Mr. Thompson from Terror Lake?
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Thompson.
I think
Love
he's
that.
talking to you.
You smile and nod. My favorite episode of The Simpsons, hands down.
Oh my god, that's all. Well,
Anybody who speaks German can't be bad.
Well, I was wondering, you've always had a lovely singing voice. Guilty as charged. And that's the they pull up to the dock, and Chief Wiggum and Lou and Eddie are all have their guns pulled out, and he's like, "It's a good thing you landed by this brothel."
It's just that everything in that episode is just firing on all cylinders.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's a joke a minute. You know, it's anybody who comes into your house, you can do it. You can do anything you want to them. It's nice and legal. Is that so?
Yeah.
Oh,
Flanders. Mr. Simpson, you can't just do that when you've invited him into the house. Hey, there you go, neighbor. Go home, Ned. Oakley dokley.
Just good stuff. I love that episode.
I have two episodes that would be in contention for my top 20, and definitely one in my top 5. In the top 5 would be Rosebud. And it's not just because of the Citizen Kane elements of it. I really, really love. It's a joke. It's a joke that I love. Just the way it lays out beat by beat. Smithers introduces the Ramones. And Mr. Burns is just like, "Oh, these minstrels will soothe my soul. I just like to say this gig sucks. Yeah, up yours, Springfield." And they start playing Happy Birthday to him, and they end with, "Go to hell, you old bastard. Hey, I think they liked us. Have the Rolling Stones killed, but sir, do as I say."
When I do binge watches of The Simpsons, Mr. Burns always sticks out to me as one of my favorite characters.
Oh my god, he is awesome. The Last Temptation of Homer episode where he's trying to resist having an affair with the woman with a coworker. They go to the hotel and she says let's order room service. They order room service, and an alarm goes off in Mr. Burns' office, and he goes somebody's ordering room service to the company account, sir. I see. Fly, my pretties, fly. And he unloads a bunch of flying monkeys that just immediately fall to the ground. And he's just continue the research.
Good stuff.
And then also the last bit that I have on that, because I'm going to go through I'm now going to plop through seasons 5 through 9, but in Homer and the Barbershop Quartet, which I think is an underrated episode.
Really think it's underrated? I'm pretty sure it's one of the most famous ones.
I don't hear people talk about it in the same way I do other episodes. I love that one because it has a great throwaway line with a good visual gag of what. But Dad, what happened? Did fame get to your head, and you thought you would say you were bigger than Jesus? Did we? It was the name of our second album, and you see an album that says the B sharp's bigger than Jesus. And also, when the talent agent comes up to them and goes, "I'd like to represent you," all except that police chief. You've got to replace him. You leave that to me. And it shows Chief Wiggum in the car with his head out like a dog. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? And Homer lets him out of the car, and he leaves Chief Wiggum out in the middle of the wilderness. And he goes, "No, no, no." That also has the one where Chief Wiggum keeps trying to shoot the TV off, and his wife goes, "Clancy, use the remote." Oh, that's right. He has his remote in his holster. So yeah, The Simpsons, friggin' wonderful, guys. Yeah, and then the last thing I rewatched was The Apartment. Jack Lemmon, Billy Wilder, Fred McMurray, Shirley MacLaine. Can't go wrong with that. A little foursome of people there. That movie's still really wonderful. I was supposed to record a ballyhoo for it, but that did not happen. But I ended up rewatching it anyway. Love it. So yeah, that's all I watched this week.
Brad?
All right, old stuff. I rewatched Ford v Ferrari. That's still great. I rewatched Zack Snyder's Justice League, but in black and white this time. I actually prefer it in color because it's pretty pretty flat in black and white.
Did it feel longer?
No, it actually feels faster each time I watch it. Like it just breezes by. So
Maybe it's not good in black and white because no old time radio things happen in it.
I think it's just that the way black and white draws your eye to like one spot, and it's already a square frame. It just kind of reduces the visual impact of everything.
Okay.
Like you're only paying attention to one spot at a time.
I mean, and also it looked very vibrant in color. Like I don't know if it feels like it would work the same way that something like a Mad Max Fury Road would in black and white per se.
Actually, it's not even that vibrant in color, but there's more going on, I guess, to maximize.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Brad. It seemed pretty muted to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's so muted that the colors do stand out among that. But I mean, it's compared to like a Marvel movie, it's definitely not colorful at all. But yeah, I rewatched.
Black and white to color.
Yep, I rewatched Exit Through the Gift Shop, which I didn't get to do for my Film Explosion 2010. But that was also a really quick watch, and I had forgotten a bunch of stuff about it. It's a documentary supposedly made by Banksy about a guy named Terry who was supposed to make a documentary about him, but ended up becoming a street artist himself, and then completely making a mockery of the social impact of street art. He commercialized it, basically turned it into like this big, glamorous exhibition, and it's like the opposite of what street art is supposed to be. And made a bunch of money off of it, and it's a really cool documentary about that. And then the last rewatch I saw was Scott Pilgrim versus the World in a theater in Dolby Cinema, which I was like, I've seen this movie at the Esquire Midnights. I saw it when it came out. I don't need to see it in a theater. And then my Twitter feed just lit up with like, oh my God, I saw it in Dolby. It's great. I saw it in Dolby. It's great. And Dolby Cinema isn't just audio. It's also a better visual presentation. Yeah, I was surprised. Like, yeah, it's visually better, but the sound, the bass lines in the movie just tore through the seats. The seats in the theater aren't 4DX, but it felt like 4DX. It was crazy. So that was pretty cool, and that movie's a ton of fun, but also made me feel really old because that movie has so much like energy and dynamics to it, and I was sitting there going like, come on kids, slow down the talking. I can't keep up. Which wasn't the case when I watched it. So I was like, God, this movie's going too fast and no one pauses for anything. Trying to keep up. Yeah, that was great. And unfortunately, it's still in theaters, so if you just want to watch it in a theater, you can, but the Dolby Cinema contract has expired, so it is not in that presentation, and you've missed it by now. But maybe you have it set up at home somehow. I don't know. Maybe yeah.
I have a feeling they'll try to bring it back in some form or fashion. So
they really should give it a couple more, because it's still doing well in theaters. They should open it up to that premium format. I know Wrath of Man took up that space, but come on. All right. Then old stuff. Old new stuff. No, sorry. Old stuff. I rewatched. A lot of people hate it, but I thought it was a ton of fun. Is The Watch. I hadn't seen it since the theater, and I popped it on, and I was like, it's like 3 a.m. I'm like trying to stifle back laughs. The dialogue is so funny sometimes.
The Watch, remind me, is that Ben Stiller?
And Vince Vaughn and
Richard Adeoye?
Ide and Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill. I think I'm saying the right name. No, it's Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill's like he tried to sign up for to be a police officer, and they rejected him because like he's terrible. And then Ben Stiller runs a Costco, or manages a Costco, and he doesn't have any friends. He just has clubs, and so he forms a neighborhood watch, basically as a club, and becomes friends with these bunch of guys. And meanwhile, there's an alien invasion happening on Earth. that they're trying to investigate. And yeah, it was fun. I don't know if anyone else remembers it.
I haven't seen it since we saw it for our episode.
I never saw it. It came out around that summertime where I was just.
It was a bad summer.
Yeah, it was a bad summer. Yeah, to say the
like,
least.
There was The Dark Knight Rises, but also this one. There was a shooting with the Neighborhood Watch, and they had to change the title to The Watch.
Yeah. I remember when it came out, like it was around that time of like post Rises or something like that, and I was just like, given everything that I'd been through, I was just not in the mood. But I would like to watch it. Is it streaming somewhere?
Yeah, I watched it on HBO Max, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's not like a great movie, but
but
the banter between the characters is it's filthy and funny. So
sweet.
Yeah, give that a second look if you want to. Filthy comedy. Sorry, my list is all out of order. I watched Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge. I thought that was better than the live action movie. Sorry.
Yeah. No,
Thank you. That's what I said.
I mean, not that the live action movie is terrible, but I just like, as far as like what I want out of a Mortal Kombat movie, that was it. And it kind of tackles the same stuff. So.
Yeah, I felt like it gave you a better setup of the world and accomplished more. Like you actually got to see the tournament, which was really cool. But in the live action one, they don't even get to that. So it's like, oh, well, that was lame.
Yeah, and you've got the Sub-Zero Scorpion dynamic, that whole history, like that's in there. Yeah, and you see like a lot of other characters. So yeah, it was cool. And there's like way more violent stuff going on.
Yep. And Raiden isn't a total idiot in that version either.
Yeah. What are you saying, Ryan?
No, I said no. I don't disagree. I mean, I like them both, but I think the animated film is better.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. Then some terrible stuff I watched. Has anyone ever seen Dead Heat from 1988 with Treat Williams and Joe Piscopo?
No. Fuck.
Yeah, it's a buddy cop movie where Treat Williams gets killed on the job and then resurrected. So he's a zombie police officer, and they have to.
I'm on board right now.
Hold on. It's a comedy, but there's no jokes.
How is that possible?
Well, they're jokes, but they're not funny.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So they investigate a murder. It tracks them down to this facility, which is actually like the science facility in like every 90s Star Trek show. They find out that there's this process that they're doing that reanimates people because Vincent Price is an old guy who doesn't want to die. And so he's been researching this process, and they haven't been doing it for just that. They've been resurrecting criminals, and they've been like putting on heists, and they're all like mutated and gross. And anyway, Treat Williams dies, but like he comes back, and then he starts to slowly decay throughout the movie. Yeah, and then Joe Piscopo is his partner, and then like halfway through the movie he gets killed, and you're like, whoa. So Treat Williams is going to finish out the rest of the movie, and then the woman that works for the facility that also has like people out hunting her, she dies like in a scene right after that where you're like, oh, she was also a zombie this whole time. Like that seems like out of left field. And then, Treat Williams just tracks down everyone else throughout the rest of the movie, like half falling apart. Yeah.
The moment you said Joe Piscopo, I got worried. But then you said the word Vincent Price, and now I'm intrigued. So
yeah, Piscopo's there to like just add a PS to everything that happens that isn't funny.
Sounds familiar.
Like there's all kinds of stuff that happens that you're like, no one needs to comment on any of this, and then he'll just add something that like I don't feel like was his suggestion at all, but he does it, or maybe it was, and he's just terrible. I don't know. I never seen a ton of his stuff beyond Saturday Night Live.
Well, you've seen him on Star Trek at least once in that episode where Data tries to get a sense of humor. So,
That's true. Yeah.
yeah, he's the comedian. Is his credit?
But that was Star Trek, and it's written way better.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So he's fun on SNL, but that's usually because he's being paired with Eddie Murphy, and they worked off well together. So
yeah, there's a whole cast of comedians in that show.
Yeah.
And then I watched Mystic Pizza, which I'd never seen before, and that is not a movie I thought it was going to be. That is very much
it's not about pizza.
I mean, I knew that going in. That was already disappointing, but the fact that it's these three women just coming of age, and them dealing with their romances, just boo. I'm like, this needs to be a fun breakfast club.
To women going through romance, Brad?
Shitty romances, Corinne. They're terrible. They have the worst judgment, and they deserve everything that happens to them.
Wow.
In this movie.
Yikes.
The one girl, she is the babysitter of a guy whose wife is away on vacation, and so he hires her to babysit and watch their daughter so he can do, I assume, his architect stuff. Not really sure what his job was. But then she sort of seduces him into cheating on his wife. And then she's upset when he goes back to his wife. So don't feel sorry for her. Julia Roberts falls for a super rich dude. So obviously when he takes her to meet his parents, they're going to be mean to her and him because she's not from their side of the tracks. What's the other one? The other sister is dating. No, she's the fiance of Vincent D'Onofrio. He loves her and wants to marry her, but she loves him but doesn't want to marry him and just uses him for sex. And yeah, he legitimately wants to marry her. So he tells her off pretty well. Yeah, and that's about it.
So Brad, what was mystic about the pizza?
There's a local food critic who is really mean to restaurants and eventually comes to theirs, and of course he tastes one bite of theirs and it's fantastic.
So this is Ratatouille but bad?
Yeah, Ratatouille took this scene and made a whole movie out of it.
Brad Bird's just I really could care less about these shitty romance plots, but this scene here, it's got possibilities.
What if we replace
we need to make a follow-up to this movie, a spin-off or whatever, where the romances are good, and we'll call it Sexy Pizza.
And we could get a local company that we are aware of to sponsor that.
Sexy Pizza.
Yeah.
That's a local chain in Denver for anybody who doesn't live here.
Yeah. Sexy
we got
Pizza.
it. Shoot, what I was going to say. Damn it. The movie needs to just be 50% pizza, 50% that story. Whereas this movie's 2% pizza, 98% everything else I hate.
I want a movie called 2% Pizza now. I don't know what it would be.
And then the last thing I watched was, does anyone remember Driven? A Formula One movie with Sylvester Stallone? Yeah.
I've never seen this, but I always remember that poster whenever I would go to the theater with my dad. You need to tell me about this.
There's not much to tell, but the first thing, 5 minutes in, the first thing I thought was I'm paying attention to the editing of it. I'm like, this looks like the editing from Any Given Sunday. And so I did a dive onto IMDb, and sure enough, one of the many people on both those movies that edited it is the same guy. So if you're watching Driven and you've seen Any Given Sunday, you'll be like, wow, I'm pretty sure these edited by that same guy. You would be correct. And it's kind of the same narrative structure too. There's a lot of different storylines happening to different people that aren't connected, but all eventually do kind of connect. But the big one is Burt Reynolds has a couple Formula One racers. His main, his up and coming guy is in a slump, so he hires Stallone to come back out of retirement and replace another guy so that he can support the new guy better. And meanwhile, his star guy is rivaling with it's about a rivalry. With,
most car racing movies are.
That's all they are.
With this other dude who's Hugo Stiglitz from Inglourious Bastards. And he's having a relationship drama with his girlfriend. And eventually she splits and hooks up with Burt Reynolds' star guy. And there's racing underneath all this. And star guy has a brother who's trying to be his agent. And like Stallone being in the mix kind of puts a wedge between them because Stallone's giving him all the best advice now. And at one point they're in Chicago, and once Stiglitz's girl goes back to him, star guy gets frustrated and hijacks a Formula One racer that's at the party and peels off into the Chicago streets, and Stallone does the same thing to follow suit, and they blow through red lights and knock over newsstands and causes thousands of dollars worth of damage and endanger so many lives, and are able to go back to the race the next day, only incurring $25,000 fines. No police intervention at all.
Is the world of Formula One able to pay off the police better? Like, what?
Clearly, I mean, they do chase them through the streets, but no one spends any time in jail. No one goes to court for all the people that crashed their cars in intersections, upended sidewalks. Sewer lids are thrust out of the manholes and into oncoming cars because the Formula One racers go so fast they create a vacuum that sucks out these CGI manholes. Yeah.
The physics of this seem absolutely impossible. I want to see this movie now.
The movie's absurd. And yeah, it's not great. It feels so much like Any Given Sunday that I think if you've seen that, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm getting the energy vibe of it right now. I may want to check this out, Brad.
And because there's multiple editors on it, you just know that they had probably a better movie, and then some producer came along and said this isn't edgy or hardcore enough for today's young audience. We need to make this feel younger and more. Let's add techno to it. Let's cut to random B-roll that we have of just people in line at the Formula One track. It's just oh my god,
get out the scissors, boys. Let's jump cut the shit out of this thing.
There's so many just jump cuts to other stuff. At raves, and the only thing it does better, and I think this came out the year after that football movie, was that they don't have the weird flash tones.
That seems like it's more of a Stone thing.
Yeah, Oliver Stone thing. Yeah. There's no additive dissolve and then
that's Stallone
washed out. Yeah,
that's Stallone. That's Stallone Stone.
Stone. Yeah. So. Yeah, after I watched that, that's why I watched Ford v Ferrari, because I had to watch a good racing movie. So
you're right, Ryan. Every car movie is a rivalry movie.
Yeah.
Wait, what about Cars 2? That's more of a spy movie.
Yeah, but he has a rivalry with the F1 racers.
I guess that's true. Who's the rivalry with in the first one? Is it just McQueen and Doc? They haven't kind of they're having.
He's a rivalry with himself.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, this is a reflection movie. I forget.
Yeah.
The Cars franchise is so introspective.
That's my new project. Is can you make a racing movie that's not a rivalry?
Can you make a racing movie where the joy of driving is enough?
I guess that's any road trip movie, I guess. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we need to make it about going in a circle and not down a line through the United States.
Well, if you're going for horse racing, I would say that Seabiscuit is not a rivalry.
Yeah, there's not really a rivalry. There's just human drama unfolding at the seams, whether it's Jeff Bridges' kid dying, or Pollard losing vision in one of his eyes, or Chris Cooper. I cannot remember his subplot, but they all have tragedies in their lives. And it's made out to be like a Ken Burns documentary in format, which is really interesting.
I've never seen it. Ryan, what'd you watch?
I only watched 3 things this week. I rewatched Loaded Weapon 1 because Frank McRae died. And I love him in not only that movie, but also in Last Action Hero. And so it's just
sorry, I just remembered movie. Dead Heat also has the like if Frank McRae was busy, but their police captain was also that character. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like it's in everyone. Remember, there's also the police captain in Cobra that's the same way. It's definitely a cliche. But I've always loved that movie growing up, and it's a film I've always wished would be on Blu-ray, because like the DVD, actually the transfer is not too bad, but it's just not really well defined, and the sound could be better.
Isn't it coming out on Blu-ray soon?
Last Action Hero comes out next week, but
Loaded Weapon. I thought I saw that it was getting one.
No, I've never seen one getting it. If it's getting it, that makes me happy.
I'll double check while you continue.
Cool. Yeah. So it's just there's so many jokes there, and it's so cleverly written that I just love that film. I've been rewatching old Family Guys because I got to get back on my article series for that, and going back through, I forgot some of the episodes that are just really funny. And the last episode that they had before they were canceled was called Viewer Mail, where the viewers sent in ideas for episodes. And there's this one where Peter can turn into whatever he wants. And yeah, so Meg begs him to go get a locket of Justin Timberlake's hair. And so he morphs into Britney Spears and still has Peter's voice, which is really funny. But the best joke, and it's one of my favorite jokes ever, and I can't believe I forgot all about it, but he goes and hugs and kisses Justin Timberlake, and he goes, "And now I'm Gene Shalit. Bye." It's so stupid, but it makes me laugh every time I watch it.
That's also the one where Adam West thinks that in order to stop the Griffins from their superpowers, he has to get superpowers, so he rolls around in toxic waste. And
yep.
Lymphoma.
Yeah, it's just,
what in God's name were you doing that for? I was trying to get superpowers.
The one before, too, Peter opens up a bottle of Pawtucket Pat, and he gets a genie that pops out of it for some unknown reason.
Mm-hmm.
And his final wish is getting his own theme music. Funny. Silly stuff that just makes me laugh. And I don't know, I guess I was kind of in a mood for that this week. Did I talk about Dodgeball last week?
Yes, you did.
Okay, cool. I always forget where I leave off. And so the only other thing I watched this week that I hadn't seen is The Old Guard with Charlize Theron. And that movie's not good. Like the action's pretty cool in it, but they have this really horrible techno electronic soundtrack that they play every once in a while whenever the action's about to start or the action's going on. It's this really obnoxious music, that selection that they chose. They went from a score, which was not bad, to, I guess, pop hits. I don't know what they were trying to do in the film. But in the film, anyways, Charlize Theron plays a woman who is immortal, and she's part of the Old Guard, and they just go through history saving people and helping. And while they're on this one mission they got hired for, they were double-crossed because some evil pharmaceutical guy wants to harness their powers to help humanity or whatever. And then some other person gets these powers, and so Charlize Theron's character has to go recruit her. And the girl who plays Niall is not a good actress. So it's in this film. I don't know if she's good anywhere else. I don't know if I've seen her in anything else, but it just, sometimes an actor doesn't fit the role they're in. This is definitely that person. The action's cool. It's pretty violent, but I don't know. It's there. It's on Netflix, and it's okay.
Haven't seen that.
And I did try the Netflix Play Something for me, and the first thing it picked was Mystery Science Theater 3000: The Gauntlet. So I watched that, and I've watched the Mac and Me episode, which is an amazing episode. Just everything about it is really funny, and I just got done watching, I think it's Atlantic Rim. I think instead of Pacific Rim. And that movie is so bad that even the jokes they were telling, you kind of laugh at it, but you get distracted about how bad the movie they're watching is. So yeah, I think that I forget what the next one is, but yeah, it's a pretty fun show. I obviously I love Mystery Science Theater 3000. When I was really young, and Brad will remember this, they used to be VHS recorders, and it would play really late night on Comedy Central, and I would record that and Late Night with Conan O'Brien every night. So I had video cassettes that would have Conan O'Brien and Mystery Science Theater 3000 on it. And yeah, that's how I got into it. And so watching the new stuff is really fun. So I'm a fan of Play Something for Me Netflix for the first time I used it.
I forgot to say in news that Mystery Science Theater funded a new 13-episode season off a Kickstarter. So
nice.
That is right.
It's a really popular show. They have their own, Shout Factory has their own store just for Mystery Science Theater 3000 stuff. So
yeah, 36,000 people raised $6.1 million for.
Wow.
And it's not even going to be on Netflix, so it's going to be on their own Gizmoplex streaming service.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Only time I've ever seen Mystery Science Theater 3000 was in a high school science class.
Are you opposed to trying to revisit it?
No.
I would do so. It
Why
is great.
Was it in your science class as part of the curriculum?
I don't know. I remember we also watched Numbers in my geometry class one time. We also watched On the Waterfront in another class. My school was really weird.
On what? In regards to social studies? Because that would make complete and utter sense.
No, I can't remember.
Were you trying to learn about union disputes? I don't know.
No.
I just want to go to Corinne's school because it sounded like they showed cool stuff during class. So.
We'll also watch. Is there an Elvis Presley movie called Kid Galahad?
No, Kid Galahad is a boxing movie with James Cagney.
Oh, well, I don't know what the hell we watched then. I don't know. Weird.
Anyway.
Hey, that's what I watched this week. This week we saw Wrath of Man. Brad, do you recommend Wrath of Man?
I don't know. It has some cool stuff in it, but I'm also kind of over the whole revenge fantasy thing right now. So it's definitely a lot more dramatic than the trailer makes it seem. But yeah, there's a lot of the ending really just was really unsatisfying for me. So if you're looking for more of a character study of a guy has one mission and doesn't care about anybody else, this might be the movie for you.
Corinne, did you watch the film?
I didn't. My friend and I were going to go to the theater, but then we decided to go to her house and watch Ted Lasso instead, which I think we made the right choice.
Like the complete opposite, sentimentality of this movie.
Oh, good to know. I think we made the right decision.
Zach, do you recommend Wrath of Man?
Sit away from the film and go back to it at some point because I was not expecting the pacing of this film, so it threw me off a little bit. And not that Guy Ritchie hasn't gone through this kind of pacing before, but to watch it broken down the way it is, I actually really appreciated the attempts made at several points here in the film. I don't think every part of it works, but I appreciated the way it did break it up from the different perspectives of the crimes and the different players involved. And I actually really liked Statham in the movie a lot, like because of what he's being asked to do. It's not a perfect movie, but I do recommend people check it out. In the scheme of Guy Ritchie movies that we've been exposed to within the last 2 years, between this and The Gentleman, I actually think this one's a little bit better. And also, Scott Eastwood's a pretty cool bad guy. I think he should start being bad guys and not trying to be a hero character. That'd be awesome. So yeah, go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, I love this movie. I had a lot of one, because I actually got my expectations subverted in this film, where it starts kind of like a B movie, where it's a lot of the mentor his name's Bullet, and I'm going to show you the ropes, and then it dives into a crime drama, and it takes some turns that I didn't expect from the trailer and from the first 20 minutes of the movie. Yeah, I fucking love this movie. Here's the trailer for Wrath of Man.
It's his son, his only son. I need to know who's responsible. I killed my son.
We've deployed large amounts of time, money, and effort in the search for justice.
Not good enough. It's gotta be an inside job.
You're gonna have to go undercover, boss. There's an armored truck driver.
We have a new addition. May I introduce H?
Cash trucks can be dangerous.
You got your fucking friend.
They're serious!
Leave this to me.
Throw the money in the flatbed.
Just do what he says.
Say that you're gonna get killed!
Who is this fucking lunatic?
Who'd you work for?
Suck my fucking dick.
What did you say?
I said...
We need a different approach, boss.
It's not any of the usual suspects. What do you want me to do?
I can do it in 2 weeks. What do you want to wish you could do in 20 years? You're gonna give me a name. I need a face. I want you to understand what is yours for me. How serious I am. And I do bear a grudge.
If he's not a cop, what is he? He's a dark fucking spirit.
In Wrath of Man, Jason Statham plays a guy named H, or Hill. And,
Boss.
Boss. And he gets a job at a security company after a couple of their guys were murdered on the job and money was stolen. And he comes from some defunct security place in England. And while he's there, they go on a delivery and people try to steal money from him. And then he kills them all. Post Malone. Sorry, dude. And he becomes a hero. And this is what I mean. Like, it's a B movie at the beginning, because so you have the crime at the beginning, and then you're introduced to Jason Statham's character, where he really doesn't talk very much.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go to immediately being money and robbed again. And he starts just like wasting these dudes who have shotguns and machine guns. And he has just his freaking 9mm. And He even does that part where he's in between the door and he like pulls his pants up and then shoots the guys in the head.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he chases Post Malone's character through this warehouse, so it has this like B movie slasher film to it, and then it kind of changes its tone.
Goes into crime drama, like you said, crime drama. I was like to say, like it goes back into Guy Ritchie's gangster movie territory.
Yeah, because you find out that, I mean, from the trailer, you find out that his son was killed in that at some point, and his son was killed in the beginning, but he was killed kind of brutally, and you also find out that Jason Statham isn't this guy. He's like head of a gangster. He's like a mob boss, and he gets consumed with his son being murdered, which I get if you know. And so he does whatever he can to find out who killed his son, and it goes through some pretty brutal freaking scenes, and it has this really dark edge to it that I wasn't expecting from the trailer at all.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's when I saw the name Guy Ritchie on there, I'm like, this will be different than what I'm being sold, so I'm definitely on board to check it out. I was definitely not expecting the amount of brutality we got here. But you mentioned that he doesn't say a lot of words in the movie, Ryan. I that's not the reason I love the performance, but I love the fact that he's very much like a silent, like, menacing presence throughout the movie.
But he at the beginning, but he slowly does towards the end. I mean, really, I think his character changes when he sleeps with that one lady there.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes out and he's basically telling her this is how it's going to be. And then you start learning more about his backstory.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. It's the when they are going through the list of people they've got to kill and the amount of avenues they take and the brutality that ensues just within those isolated, like episodic kind of moments. Like it lays into like it's very much a movie that creates a lot of atmosphere surrounding the seediness of this whole situation. And the thing that diverts it off even further in a place that I certainly was not expecting is suddenly it's a heist movie with these ex-military men who are disenfranchised, shoved off to the side in terms of their jobs, and so they decide to start robbing armored cars. And I appreciate the way everything kind of coalesces together. Did this feel like one of the slower Guy Ritchie movies that's come out recently? It moves at its own methodical pace. It's not interesting.
All the scenes where like the ex-military guys hang out, and then Statham's crew felt like Tarantino scenes to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Where they slow burn and then they come to a boil. And I couldn't tell if I would have to go back to the last couple of Ritchie movies and watch them. Because I haven't seen The Gentleman since theaters, but I remember that moving quicker by comparison. And it was just interesting to watch everything kind of sit in it. And the movie's 2 hours, but it does feel like you get a full experience out of it. I think my only complaint about the movie, honestly, is I actually Brad said something at the top of the show that I could definitely feel is I'm kind of tapped out on revenge movies as well. And so I don't know if that really affected my enjoyment of the film per se, but I did feel myself feeling a little fatigued. Okay, I know he's going to get his revenge. Cool. And, but I do love when he does get his revenge on Scott Eastwood's character. I think that's actually a really fun moment where he talks about that has him read the autopsy report and then just goes I want your liver, shoots his liver. He's then I want your lungs. That was a good moment. And I like that Statham's not being asked to be quippy in the movie. He is Guy Ritchie's giving him a true thing to chew on here in terms of a revenge story of a father who's avenging his son. In that respect, I think it's something that Statham rarely gets asked to do, to my mind, where he doesn't have to be full on action star mode. He gets to kind of go back to a more grounded territory.
I think that's a great final moment that's ruined in the setup. Because, like I in the theater, if I could, I would have been like, boo, because they make us think he's dead, and then don't explain why that's not true. He's just there. And I'm just like, okay, I guess he's like, he took 4 bullets in the prequel and lives, so I guess he can just always do that. Even though Bullet had him point blank.
There's a shot when they're driving away where they cut back. You can see his eyes fluttering.
Yeah, but I'm just like, he just got like like shot with a machine gun over and over again. Like, yeah, maybe he doesn't die instantly, but like I get he's watching him go away. But I'm like, it just felt like such a lazy writing. Like he just got to that point. It was like, okay, we'll figure it out when we get there, and then we'll let his coolness explain it away, because I can't think of a better way to there's no reason to write him that Bullet gets the drop on him. Like, if Statham was actually really smart, he doesn't have to intervene in this situation at all. He's already through the conversation to figure out who all these people are. He has the assets and the resources to track them down later. So
yeah, but I think in that instance, and I mean, I'm just shooting off the cuff here, I think them being there already, like, in the area where he can get them, I think is why he did it.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I mean, he might not get another chance, so...
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm just like, it's such a weak, like, oh, let's make you think he's dead. And I don't know.
Yeah, well, I never thought he was dead.
I didn't think so either, but I'm just like, if he's really going to come back and just like explain away, like, oh yeah, he got shot a bunch of times, but he's okay. I was just like,
yeah, he's wearing armor-ish.
You couldn't come with anything. Well, all the other guys that he was shooting against also had armor, and they got wasted. But yeah,
well, if you watch him, he would shoot them in the legs or like point the gun like really close onto their neck or something.
Yeah, Bullet was right there. Like, he could have shot him in the head easily, and he didn't. So that was also like, okay. So Bullet is an idiot.
Well, yeah, he is an idiot.
Like, even though he's
I don't understand why he would explain to... Well, I mean, I understand why he did, because he needed him on board to get his dudes into the depot. But it's really weird. I like you. By the way, you don't do what I do, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yeah, doesn't even offer him any money. Like, that would have been like... I mean, he doesn't know that Statham would refuse that anyway, but, they're so greedy that, like, yeah, I like you, but I'm not going to give you anything. Like, you get your life. But I just feel like someone as clever as Guy Ritchie could have written a better thing. Like, it would have been so cool if there was, like, we actually did think that Statham died, and then there was, like, a cool reason why he didn't, and that didn't happen. He's just there. So, yeah, I just thought it would have been, like, a little heightened, would have been just a little bit better,
Yeah, like I said, I really love the movie. Because I like movies where I don't expect what's going to happen. I mean, in so much as when I'm in the film, I mean, nothing in the film shocked me. But, I was expecting, because when you see Guy Ritchie attached to a film, I expect something like Snatch or that's really quippy and really quick. And this one was kind of a slow boil. And, but it didn't start that way. It started as kind of this goofy B-movie heist film with people trying to rob armored trucks. And then it just went to, nope, he's going to murder a bunch of shitty, horrible porn guys for because it's not the guys who killed his kid. And the coldness of him is really cool. Juxtaposed, put on where how much he cared about his son. So it's kind of a cool dynamic there.
Yeah, and there's also like early on in that first act where he's doing that drop with Josh Hartnett, and like right away, like the fact that Bullet isn't there and he gets captured and we don't see like anything that led up to it, I was like, oh, Bullet's the guy on the inside.
Oh yeah.
So that was like, I wish there was more of a mystery to that.
Yeah, Josh Hartnett's character was too much of a wuss and a coward for me to buy that he'd be involved with the army guys.
I was I was like puzzled why Josh Hartnett was given such a throwaway role, but I don't know. Like, guess he just wanted to work with Guy Ritchie or something. That's
better. I mean, it's totally against type with him because he's usually the heartthrob, hunky dude,
or like playing a hotshot kind of like vibe.
Yeah,
yeah. I guess that's
and I mean
nice
that's
little...
why too. I mean, you mentioned Eastwood. I mean, I liked him a lot in this movie because even though he was kind of just you knew he was the unhinged guy, but he had a nice menace to him.
Yeah. So this is something I wanted to ask you because a couple of years back when we saw Pacific Rim Uprising, I remember kind of defending Scott Eastwood in the vein of just like, give him a chance to develop something out of it. This is the thing I want to see him do. I want to see him play villains. I don't think he can do the hero thing like his dad did. I think he really needs to lay into villain roles and kind of embrace that little side of him because he has a really good like holy shit, this guy is going to fucking explode look in his eyes.
He's very much Wayne Grow from Heat.
Yeah.
Actually, less sadistic though.
Well, yeah, he's a little calmer, but like that, but you get what I'm saying? Like he could pull that off in other films. Like you give him a little more time to develop. I'm not saying he's gonna like blow your mind in some kind of serial killer drama, but
the moment that really sold me on him is it's pretty late in the film, but when he is about to kill Statham's kid, and he's like, there's a moment on his face where he's conflicted, but then he's not anymore.
Yeah, he snaps out of it pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's a great like acting moment where he says, "Man, should I kill this kid? I should because there's millions of dollars at stake." And he doesn't care, and then he mows down Statham too. I think is a great acting without words, just with your face.
Yeah, he's starting to develop a presence about him that I think could definitely work in his favor. Also, my beloved Eddie Marzan, of course, makes an appearance because this is a Guy Ritchie movie, and I was thrown off at first by his attempt at an American accent, like here in this particular vein, but I got settled into it, and I appreciated watching him be a little side character throughout the movie. So, anytime Eddie Marzan pops up, it's a good time. So,
yeah.
So here's a wild thing. So I've been watching Unsolved Mysteries for a couple weeks now, old episodes, and one of the episodes that came up was about a bunch of bank robbers. I think it was in California too, or Los Angeles. They had tunneled. They had gone into the underground tunnel systems and drilled up through the two banks in like the same block. The same intersection, in the middle of the night, emptied them out, and then escaped back through the tunnels on ATVs.
Really?
Yeah, and got away with it. They did it twice. The second time, they didn't get as much money because there was like something went wrong, but they still escaped. And they had a third tunnel drilled, but the police found the tunnel, so they never went back and finished it. So, but yeah, they used some of their earnings to like buy this industrial grade diamond cutting drill. Like they were pros, and like I said, they've never been caught to this day. So, but like the whole ATV sequence and escaping through like that underground system, I was like, this feels like deja vu to me.
The only thing about I have a comment about that ATV thing, and it's not necessarily a detriment to the movie, but like, you don't think the cops are gonna not find those ATVs after the fact? Like what? Like because you kind of just leave them there, and you're gonna put the money in the Prius and then duck out of the Prius. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, you could find the ATVs, but I'll let you in on a little inside baseball here. I mean,
hey Ryan, tell us how to crime.
Yeah. Well, the thing is even if you put dust fingerprints on the ATVs, chances are you're not going to be able to pull the fingerprint off of it. Mm-hmm. And even if you do, the only way you're going to hit somebody is if they have a previous criminal record that they had to be fingerprinted for.
Okay.
So the FBI keeps fingerprints on file if you commit a crime. So does the Colorado Bureau of Investigation or anywhere you live. But you still have to have committed the crime before for them to find you. It's, I mean, the closest thing that I personally have to like CSI or whatever is I have a fingerprint scanner where I can scan your fingerprints and it connects you to the FBI and to Colorado Bureau of Investigation. And in about 30 seconds, if you have a criminal record or a warrant, then I'll get a return. We call it a return on you.
Scan fingerprint, enhance.
Yeah, I mean, that is, I didn't want to say that's what I have, but it's literally just a fingerprint. And if you don't have an FBI number, then you won't come to, it's a lot more complicated than just someone like pulling a fingerprint off of something.
Do you have things that read your eyes in order to enter them, like an X-Men as well? Like, let's just
yes, that's next week. We get those
retina scanners. Wow.
Yeah.
Welcome, Professor.
I'm just thinking it's a good thing that those bank robbers didn't try that stunt in New York, because Vincent would have caught him. That's a Beauty and the Beast reference for everybody listening.
Oh, okay.
TV series with Ron Perlman.
That's obscure.
Every time I think of like tunnels under the city now, that's what I think of.
I think of tunnels in New York. I think of Ninja Turtles. That's where my head goes.
When Brad mentioned tunneling to rob places, I immediately went to the Lady Killers from 2004 when they're tunneling into the casino. And I guess also technically any, like one of the Ocean's 11 movies, I can't remember which one they tunneled under in order to do something.
They did that in The Bank Job too, also starring Jason Statham.
Which, by the way, that's an underrated Jason Statham movie that if nobody's seen The Bank Job, watch The Bank Job, please.
It's my favorite Jason Statham movie.
It's dope, isn't it?
Yep.
Zach, it's the third Ocean's movie. It's Ocean's 13.
That's right, because they have to create the earthquake thingy. Or not, no, that's the earthquake is in the first one. They've got to shut out the power in 3, right? Because they've got to knock out that security system's computer thing, whatever, for more than 30 seconds so that they can get in there and adjust the winnings and then make everybody win.
Yep.
It's been a while since I've watched Ocean 13, but it's a good movie. The order of it is 11, 13, and 12. But 12 is very watchable and it should stop getting crap.
Nope.
No, it's a good movie.
It deserves crap.
You know, it's a European travelogue, Corinne. You just don't get it.
Okay, well then I don't get it.
Next week is going to be Spiral from the Book of Saw. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm ready to play a game. Does anybody else want to play a game?
No.
Yeah. Chris
Brad,
Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. I'm down.
Brad, do you want to play a game?
Well, I'm playing a dangerous game. Doing this podcast with you.
Why?
The most dangerous game.
Zarloff with a Z?
Thanks for listening.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast. Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Draft House in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.